Hello! My name's 𝐒𝐡𝐚�, and today we might be potentially finishing off Katawa Shoujo. We'll see. VOD watchers will know, because there'll still be a part 5. We'll see, we'll see. I might have timed it just perfectly. There might be exactly 5 parts. I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. What do you guys think? Do you think we'll make it to a part 5? Do you think there'll be part 5? Y or N? Yes or no? Burnt Toaster, thank you. Probably one more. I believe in a part 5. What about part 6? Yeah, a lot of people are saying yes. We'll see. Damn VOD watching knowing the ending and not warning us. How could they not tell us, bros? We don't know. Pepe laugh. Based on how fast you're clearing this, one more episode of this at least. Hoping for a part 7. Oh. I wonder. I also wonder if we should keep doing visual novels. Paulo Benditti, thank you. Nice outfit, Pippa. Thank you, thank you. They're a little bit of a filter stream. Especially the ones that go on for quite a while. But at the same time, I'm at a pretty comfy spot in my career where it's like doing like a filter stream like this once a week. I mean, it's not gonna like destroy me or anything, you know? Does it help my growth? No, it does the exact opposite. But does it create memories that will last a lifetime? Maybe. If the visual novel's good. Maybe. I saw somebody say Higurashi. I was actually thinking 𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐿? Because I really wanted to play 𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐿 when I was younger. But back when I wanted to play it, there was no English translation yet. So I remember scouring the internet trying to find an English translation, and I could not find one. And there weren't even any... back in the day, there would also be like... You'd go on YouTube, and people would paste like annotations over visual novels to translate them. But there weren't any of those. And you could also go to Tumblr and find like entire transcripts of games translated from Japanese to English. And it didn't have that either. 𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐿 will literally take you years if it's once a week. You, Tumblr? Say what you will about Tumblr, it was a fantastic place to find translations. Brave SJ, thank you. Interesting fact, the vocals on the main menu are done by 𝑠hizneh. Also, please do more parts. I need more of your Emmy voice. It's cute. Oh, thank you, Miss Yara. Thank you. 100 part 𝐴𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐿 stream. Let's fucking go! Fate Stay Night is my favorite, to be honest. Translation community is wild. Have you played the 999 series? That's the one where you're stuck on like a submarine or something, right? I have not played any of it, but I've seen bits and pieces of like fan works, I think. It is a submarine? Is it a submarine or like a mansion? I can't remember. Not the ATF, thank you. Hi, Pippa. Fun fact, according to the official KS website, Misha's name isn't Misha, it's actually Sheena. What? What? What the heck? Zero Escape is great? Well, what? Is it not on a submarine? Danganronpa is good, just ignore the fans. Oh, a ship! It's on a ship, not a submarine. Okay. I've only seen the fan art, you know? I've only seen the fan art. I haven't seen pretty much anything of the game itself. The chance of finishing today is pretty small. Misha's her nickname. Sheena Mikado. Ah. I remember them mentioning her actual name's Mikado, but... Zero, thank you. Submarine sounds cooler. I don't know. We've got a while. We've got probably at least another week to decide on another visual novel to play. But maybe Fridays can just be visual novel days. Doki Doki next? Doki Doki's been played a million times. I think it'd be more fun to do stuff that doesn't get quite as much of a spotlight. Right? Like, not unpopular games per se, but like there's a lot of visual novels that just never hit like mainstream let's play content creator dumb in the West, at least. You know? You know? I wanna hug that gator. I saw some people recommending that. I saw some people... Oh. Papa Ken says, hello from Oklahoma. Are there any of you from Oklahoma in here? Is there anybody in here that's in Oklahoma? Snoot game, perhaps? We did a little bit of Snoot game. I would recommend Fruit of the Grisaya. But this one also has not safe for work stuff. I think there's a safe for work version though. Oh, Mr. Thank you. One Echo is longer than the Bible, by the way. It took Nene from Kawaii 82 vids in 2 years to get through the entire thing. It's incredible though. Holy shit. I gotta watch her playthrough. Aniki Daisuke, thank you. Did she read it all? Did she narrate everything? Higarashi's best. I guess that's why I couldn't find a translation for so long. Is because it was so long. Playthrough of the Bible? I'm Inoki. Oh, Pastel Saucers from Oklahoma. Well, there you go. Papakin is in your homeland right now. Some cheese, thank you. Please keep doing more visual novels. I listen to them while I work. Make the days go much faster. Oh, well, hell yeah. I'm glad. There's a safe work version on Steam for Grisaya. People in Oklahoma are really nice in my experience. Bible playthrough win. Circle, thank you. Good luck within the round. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And thank you for... I haven't reached out to you yet, but thank you for interacting and stuff. I need to poke you. Maybe after we've done Lily's route entirely, I can go back and ask questions and stuff. Because right now, I kind of run the risk of getting a bunch of spoilers by accident, or just in general, like not having as much to say as I could. Full Metal Bash, thank you. My birthday's on Sunday. Can I get happy birthday? Happy almost birthday, Full Metal Bash. Lupus Alibus, thank you. For, go back to the start and play True Love 95. Happy, thank you. Visual novel love. A Bible visual novel would go pretty hard, unironically. I'm kind of surprised it's not a thing already. Not really a visual novel, but maybe Valhalla. True Love 95 is great. Oh, what am I thinking? Maybe next visual novel stream should be Scarface route. Oh my god. Alrighty. Oh, Azar, thank you. Extremely late into this LN walkthrough. Could you please give a little context to what the story's about? Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Alright. I'm gonna explain real quick, and then we'll jump in. So, for those of you who are new here or just don't remember what's happened so far, we are a transfer student to a school for people with disabilities. And we have arrhythmia, which is a heart condition. So, we are at this new school and we've made a few friends. It's only been a week. We just experienced the school festival. And we spent our time with a blind girl named Lily. And we like just started her route. We just locked into her route. I don't know if we're technically locked in, but we just started on Act 2 of the game. So you're just in time for things to start really ramping up, I think. Mr. Rome, thank you. G Senjo no Mao's main route is just amazing. You gotta do it one day. Oh. Roaring John, thank you. If you want to do non-romance focused VN at some point, I recommend Steins Gate. Zachary Bennett, thank you. Pippa, what do you like more? The Barbie movies? The Barbies movie or Poor Things both essentially had the same theme. I don't think I've seen either of those. Roof Korean, thank you. I'm late. Did you remember to congratulate the other pink woman for her further success as a fellow pink woman engaging in pink woman activities? Are you talking about Maury? That was a lot to process. That was a lot to process. Pink woman activities. Misha, Maybe he was talking about the characters in game? Pippa's brain hit a loading screen. My brain hit a loading screen. Somebody, thank you. I highly recommend Witch on the Holy Night. Oh, I think I've seen that mentioned a few times. I think I've seen that mentioned a few times. Alrighty. Let me move this cup. I zoomed out super far. Hopefully you guys didn't see any scuff. Ah! Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh, I should scoop myself over a little bit. There we go. You know what? I'm gonna put... I have a 𝐒𝐤 and I have a Stream Deck. And I'm just gonna put the Stream Deck on the floor, because otherwise I have to like wrap my arm around it very uncomfortably. And by the end of stream, I'm always sitting there like, oh god, my fucking arm hurts. But I can just move it. I can just move it. Ed Reed, thank you. I'm scheduling the panel where we watch you live at the PP Meetup 2.0 San Japan in August. Huh? Huh? Or we watch me live, like my VODs or something? Or do I need to do like a special stream? Doug, thank you. You picked well. Lily's best girl. 𝐴𝐻𝐚𝐭 also good. Stream Deck now operated by Toast. Okay, yep, 15-minute timer. 15-minute timer. Okay, there we go. Alright. Oh, Zagger Bennett, thank you, Pippa. Aren't you a pink woman? Literally pink bunny. True, I am a pink woman. My PC just bricked 4 years of memory is gone. Ripped to a real one. I know there's a way to like send the data off to be recovered. I don't know how, but I know that's a thing you can do that might be worth looking into. Personally, in my experience, you know, I hold on to laptops for years. And then I look back. My last laptop actually got stolen, so I can't look back on it. But I have a bunch of laptops that I hold on to for years, and I'm like, eventually I'll look back on these and enjoy like all the memories, and I have not turned them on once since sending them to my little laptop graveyard. So Ed Reed, thank you. No special stream panel will be at 8 PM Central on Saturday. Oh, Vince versus Gaming, thank you, thank you. This is why you get an external hard drive? Wait, the one you were streaming on? No, not the one I was streaming on. It was a laptop before that. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into this, but some of my stuff got we'll say politely rehomed without my consent. Yeah. 5-finger discount. Yep. But it was a little while ago now. It's okay. It's okay. It was password protected and everything, so should be fine. So progressive of you. Thank you. Trying to get into that West Coast spirit. You know, my shit didn't get stolen. It got, you know, allocated. You know, hold on. Somebody, how do we get the bike cuck comic up? Somebody post bike cuck. Ugh. Redistributed. Was the password guess? You know, West Coast hate? It did not get stolen while I was on the West Coast, actually. It did not. Unfortunately. Because then it would be at least a little bit funnier. But Malcolm Liang, thank you. For the guy with a broken laptop, it has a HDD hard disk drive or solid state drive, which can be removed, and you can access your files with an external dock. Password not an issue. Plenty of ways to break into it. Use Utilman. It was an unplanned donation. Yeah. Regardless, West Coast hate. True. Alright, let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. Regifted. Thankfully, I back up most of my actually important files. That's what Google Drive is good for. Encrypted or password protected? Password protected. What do you mean encrypted? This isn't like a prison laptop. It's like a normal laptop. And for Saxon, thank you. You can make a desk computer from old laptops. I could. She skipped my stupa. I I didn't mean to. I didn't see your super. I still don't... Even when I'm clicking through, I still don't see your super chat. What the heck? Hold on. Oh, best pink woman also listening to you while I draw is the best. Oh, well, hell yeah. I hope you draw something wonderful. No step on snack. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Thank you, thank you. Can you remote disable? I don't think so. I changed literally all of my login stuff just to be like extra safe. But what route is this? Lily's. But yeah. Alrighty. I keep a list of missed ones to read at the end. Yeah. Alright, let's jump into it. Copa said, I think hopefully no one was able to get into it. I used to get paid to get into locked and encrypted computers. It is very possible. It is possible, but like realistically, I don't think they care that much. Table Milk, thank you. Love to see this visual novel on my birthday. Love you, Pips. Realistically. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐭, thank you. Good luck avoiding naked boob on stream, Peppers. Thank you, thank you. I wake to the annoying din of my alarm clock. Its bright red numerals lighting up my face. The reverb's a little bit strong. There we go. It's the same alarm clock I headed home. One of the few remaining artifacts from my days before coming to Yamaku. I'd hoped that using it would help ease my transition into this new life. No such luck, though. Groggily dragging myself out of bed, I wipe the sleep out of my eyes, then reach over to my desk. I open a couple of the bottles of medication strewn across it and swallow a few pills dry. By now, the process is starting to become automatic, something I should be glad for, given their purpose. Feeling much more awake than before, I wander into the bathroom. While the shower warms up, my mind begins to wander as my new daily routine begins once again. The bright colors of the fireworks fills my mind, as do the two girls with whom I spent my time watching them. It feels strange to be moved so much by people I know so little about. Then again, I suppose these aren't normal circumstances. At least I have someone to talk to now, aside from my schoolmate next door. With the time left before school begins today, waning, I begin to get ready for class. Kenji incoming, no Kenji, thankfully. Walking through the door into the classroom, I notice that I'm still somewhat early. I see about 5 or 6 students milling around, most of them looking as if they'd rather still be in bed. God. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I'm like messing up non-stop. We're off to a bad start. Bad start! No leaf this time. Kenji love. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Yazelle, shut up! It's at times like this that I appreciate being a morning person. That said, 2 students in particular seem just as perky as always. Hi Shizune. Hi, Misha. Oh shit. I suddenly realized that my greeting would be lost on the former, so I quickly followed it up with a wave. She doesn't seem overly bothered. Or interested, for that matter. We pissed her off! We made her so mad! She saw us hanging out with Lily, I guarantee it. I guarantee it, she saw us hanging out with Lily. God, I'm like making quick use of my mute button, too, so I can sniffle. Without being annoying. Hi, Hita! Are you feeling well? I can only assume her greeting comes from Shizune. It's hard to tell if she's speaking as herself or Shizune sometimes. Better than most everyone else, I guess. You two seem bright and chipper. Nisha signs this back to Shizune as I say it, eliciting a somewhat terse answer, if her sharp and rapid arm movements are any indication. Considering that these two made such a big deal out of the festival preparations, I probably should have chosen my words more carefully. She's pissed! Since you're
new student. We've been cutting you some slack. Please don't expect this kind of task dodging to be allowed in the future.
Misha looks as if she's about to add her own comment, but quickly goes back to interpreting as 𝑠hizune continues, unabated.
While your contribution to Class 3-2 stall is appreciated.
Huh. Word sure got around quickly. That or these two have their fingers on the pulse of the school.
We would prefer your efforts to be focused on the task at hand, namely your own class.
As much as I hate to admit it, they do have a point. Before I can respond though, 𝑠hizune adds something more, which draws a smile from Misha.
Did you enjoy the festival then?
Lecture over, I guess.
We didn't even get a chance to speak! We didn't get a chance to say anything!
They just... Ah, God. God. Misha's just Pippa. They're so annoying. They're... I want to give 𝑠hizune the benefit of the doubt. You know? Tell them to go away. I want to give 𝑠hizune the benefit of the doubt. But God... This is oppression. They're both very... I know Misha's just going along with 𝑠hizune. But... God. God. 𝑠hizune's not that bad, especially once you start her route. Lecture over, I guess. Yeah, it was good. Did you two enjoy it? Why didn't I take a Claire? I just realized I could have taken allergy medication and then my nose wouldn't have been so stuffy. And if I had just thought about it, but I looked outside and it's nice weather out and I was like, wow, today is so beautiful. I'm just gonna enjoy the beautiful weather, and my mind blanked. Man. Booger ASMR, you're so gross. Pippa, think. Thanks!
𝑠hizune gives a short nod as Misha grins and bounces her head up and down.
The contrast, side by side, is amusing. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice more students starting to trickle into the classroom. A quick glance at my watch confirms that they're a few minutes late. Oh, 𝑠hizune, go complain. Go complain to them. Go be like, ah, you're late. Oh, you human garbage, you filth, you trash. I'm gonna show you some sign language you can understand, and then she flips them off. I look over to Hanako's seat and realize that she's already there, and contentedly reading a book. It makes me wonder just how long she's been there without me noticing. With heavy footsteps coming up the hallway signaling Muto's arrival, our idle talking comes to an end, and I take my seat next to Misha. Wait, our teacher was late too? As the door slides open, he strides through with a ponderous gait. His posture is even worse than usual, and his eyes are barely staying open. I guess my quip to Lily and Hanako about the staff was misplaced. Man, our own teacher's late. Did you guys ever have that in school? Where you'd just be sitting there waiting for class to start and like the bell would ring and stuff? One of the schools I went to, we didn't have like a real school bell. One of the classes was in charge of the cowbell. And so like on the hour, and then during the between periods and stuff, they just ring the cowbell. And I don't know why they gave this one teacher the fucking cowbell, because he was so prone to getting distracted. He's like this old man, very based old man. And I remember sometimes he would just get so distracted talking to students, or he'd like wander off. This man was like old. He'd like wander off to the other classrooms and stuff and be talking to the teachers, and he's just having a jolly time. Or he'd be sitting there making coffee, drinking coffee or whatever, just completely oblivious to the time. And almost every day people would have to remind him to ring the goddamn cowbell. It'd be like, Mr. Teacher, the bell? It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. He was a very based old man. During lunch break and right after school, he'd always go out and smoke a cigarette. That type of old man. Everyone opens their books as he reaches his desk, and the first class of the new week begins. Oh, how small was that school without a digital bell? Maybe 60 students in total? Did I already read this? Everyone opens their books as he reaches his desk, and the first class of the new week begins. I rub my eyes as the lunch bell rings out, glad for the temporary reprieve from work. I'm entirely unsurprised when I look over to the door and see Lily standing there, cane in hand, patiently waiting for Hanako. Considering her acceptance of my request to join them yesterday, I decide to spend my lunchtime with them rather than eat alone. Hanako moves surprisingly fast to meet her companion, and the two enter the hallway before I can catch up. I was about the size of your school. Hell yeah, Liquid. Team Spinner, thank you. Glasses, you have it is smart and adorable. I got distracted by Super Chat. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get distracted by Super Chats. Lily's head turns slightly, registering the sound of footsteps behind her. As Hanako notices and follows her lead, she almost jumps in surprise. I like this like back portrait. It's very different. It's very unique. I like it when visual novels do so. I'm on the tangent juice today. I like it when visual novels do stuff like this, where it's like the poses are stuff other than just like the typical standing. Back fetish, not back fetish. It's just different. No, I'm not talking about Rainbow Wizard.
Isa. Mina. Hello, Isa.
Hi, sorry if I startled you. Lily turns to greet me, helped in her orientation by Hanako. Oh fuck. Rainbow Wizard love. What? Is that Ganondorf? Good afternoon, Hisao. Are you joining us? If it's no trouble, there's not much else to do, really. Lily gives a small nod, as if to silently brush away any idea that it would be troubling in the least. Ah! A child! We descend one set of stairs and walk down the hallway to the usual room. Our pace somewhat quicker than usual thanks to Lily using Hanako for direction, rather than her cane in the railings. Okay, one more little tangent. I like that the different paintings kind of like tell you where you are in the school map, versus like in a lot of games it's like the hallways are just kind of like the same set of hallways and you can't really tell what's going on, and the backgrounds could just be randomly generated for all you know. You don't know if the developer's paying attention or not, but here they kind of have to because of Rainbow Wizard and stuff. Simple but effective, yeah. I should probably move to the side a little bit more too. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. We descend one set of stairs and walk down the hallway to the usual room, our pace somewhat quicker than usual thanks to Lily using Hanako for direction rather than her cane in the railings. As expected, it's deserted. The sounds of the other clubs can only be barely heard as sunlight streams into the window, or streams into the room from outside. Oh my god. Looking around the room, I notice a couple of empty seats. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why am I messing up so much today? It's smug aura mocks me. Pippa, I'm sorry! I just tried to like loosen my lips doing like the lip exercise thing and I just failed miserably. I need to like splash my face with water. Pippa, why? Why what? I'm flustered! I'm gonna be seeing a cute girl! I'm a little bit excited to see where this route goes. Second, thank you! Pippa, if you could date a disabled woman, which one would you date? Lily. Looking around the room, I notice a couple of empty easels propped up against a wall that I don't think were there before. The art club must use this room as extra storage.
Should I get the chess set out?
Hanako's voice seems less tense when she's directly addressing Lily. Yes, I'll make tea while you sort the pieces. Ah, I can do that for you if you'd like.
They're smiling! They're both smiling!
She ponders the offer for a moment before smiling, confirming that I've made the right choice. Her face is remarkably easy to read. Very well, thank you. She slides her retracted cane into the handle of her bag and sets it against one of the table legs before taking a seat opposite to Hanako. As I prepare the tea for the three of us, I can hear the small wooden pieces being set on the board. I wonder how good Lily is at chess, given her circumstances. By the time I place the steaming teacups onto the table, Lily and Hanako have already moved their first pieces as they nibble on sandwiches and rice balls from their respective bags. Oh! I note that the chessboard they're using has holes in the middle of each square and pegs on the bottom of the pieces, and has each dark square slightly raised. Is this a real thing? Do they make chessboards like this? Is this real? Watching Lily's fingers skating over the board, tracing out the positions of the pieces, makes me marvel a little at the simple ingenuity of the design. It must be made specifically for blind players. If it's real, it's neat. Yeah? Oh, it is real. What the heck? That's really neat. Is this real, chat? Here you go. Ah! We're all playing chess together! Well, kind of. I mean, two-player game, but... Hanako gives a small nod as I put down the cup next to her side of the board. Lily's hand ventures sideways slightly, so I gently place the cup, touching the tips of her fingers, a gesture she seems to appreciate. I finally take a seat and silently sip my tea as the two play. The contrast in their appearances while playing is interesting to watch. Hanako looks closely at the board, her face one of focused concentration. Lily, on the other hand, keeps her head level and maintains her calm neutrality. Lily's gentle voice addresses both of us as she continues to play. How was class now that the festival's over? I look to Hanako to see whether she'll answer first, but see that she's doing the same. Great. Half the class seemed to be dozing off, even including the teacher. Not to mention a test on top of all that. Hanako quietly adds her own agreement with this. I could imagine that being a bit difficult for you, being a transfer student. Well, I think I did fine. Other than the shock of a test coming so early, science is probably my best subject. How'd you do, Hanako?
Okay, I guess.
Hanako's too sincere to be able to pull off lying very well. That much is obvious. Lily's smile slips very slightly. From her reaction, Hanako mustn't be skilled enough at academics to do very well without preparation. How did your class handle it, Lily? It went surprisingly well, actually. Only one student was absent, which was better than what the teacher expected. With the topic all but run dry, the two concentrate on their chess game once again. I can't say I've ever liked the idea of chess as a spectator sport, but given its unique nature, for once I'm wrapped in watching the game unfold. As time wears on, both of them demonstrate decent skill at playing the game. Having captured 2 more pawns than Hanako, Lily has the upper hand, but only slightly. Until Hanako makes a strange move with her queen. Seizing upon this lapse in judgment, Lily takes the piece with her knight. Without hesitation, Hanako moves a pawn to take Lily's rook on the opposite side of the board and promotes it to queen. Lily's face falters as her fingers move over the pieces and she realizes that she just fell to Hanako's trap. It's a little distracting to have the board traced out after each move, even if it's out of necessity. Judging by Hanako's lack of reaction, she must be used to this. She and Lily must have played at least a few games of chess against each other, after all.
Check.
That's not bad at all. Nice, Hanako. The compliment causes her to flower into a surprised blush.
Thank you. I didn't think it would work.
I look over to Lily, her fingers having just finished tracing out the position of her remaining pieces in an attempt to extricate her king from this bind. I think this is checkmate. I take another look at the board to confirm. Sure enough, her king has nowhere to escape without being threatened by another piece. My earlier question as to which of them is better at this has just been answered. So it is. Lily gives a small sigh as Hanako smiles. From their reactions, this seems like a fairly usual result. How long have you two been playing?
Since I was young.
Lily nods at Hanako's brief answer. Hanako taught me how to play soon after I met her. I can beat her every now and then, but that's a rarity. I don't seem to have the right mindset for it. If Lily came to Yamaku at the start of high school and met Hanako when she moved to the dorms, that means she's only been playing this for about 1 year. After seeing Hanako's level of play, I'm not too surprised Lily has trouble beating her.
But she's better at languages than I am, so...
Lily gives an appreciative, if slightly amused, smile at Hanako's quick reversal of her compliment. Well, that's how it is. Much to everyone's surprise, the bell suddenly rings, heralding an end to the lunch break. That game lasted longer than I thought it did. Same. I guess we better get back to class. Hanako is already in the middle of packing up, so I take Lily's bag and offer it to her. To my surprise, she takes it and nods, but then places it back down on the table. You were part of the chess club? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't think any of the schools I went to ever had chess clubs. 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐭, may I make a request? Sure, go ahead. Would you mind if I were to quickly feel your face? Oh, no, go ahead. I don't mind. The question takes me severely off guard, but once I regain my composure, it seems sensible enough. So far, Lily's had no idea what I actually look like, and this would be her only way to find out.
She's gonna die!
We're in, boys. We're so fucking in.
This is so cute!
Oh no, how lewd! Oh my god.
This is so cute.
Congrats on the not safe for work. Oh my god.
Too lewd! Too scandalous! How could we show this? Oh my god!
Lily raises her right hand, which I take in mind and guide to my face before letting go.
We even touched her hand.
Agli, thank you. What if you looked like the guy from The Mask? What? The room is entirely silent as Lily's hand moves over and around my features, from my chin to my cheeks to everywhere else. I expected this to feel a lot more disquieting than it does. I suppose that's because the action is entirely a matter of practicality, being functionally no different to simply looking at someone's face. Her hand is soft, but what takes me by surprise is the length of her fingers. Not to mention how sure even the slightest of her movements are. I have no doubt that her level of tactile feeling would be far beyond mine. Her hand briefly runs once through my hair before retreating. I'm sure that every inch of my face has been committed to her memory. It's only now, too, that I realize Hanako has been silently watching the entire time. It's kind of awkward doing that in front of Hanako. A little bit extremely awkward. Would you guys feel awkward? I'd feel a little bit like a third wheel. I'd feel a little bit like a third wheel if I was just watching somebody, like even if they're blind, you know, like touching somebody else's face and be a little bit like, I don't know if I'd, like, just being honest yet, I don't know if I'd be able to get over, like, how awkward that would feel to me. Like, I'm not gonna say anything, right? But it's just like, definitely aware of the situation. Thank you for letting me do that, 𝐒𝐡𝐚. And if I might add, I think you are quite handsome. I blush a little at her remark before raising a questioning eyebrow.
She's flirting with us! She's flirting with us!
We're so in. But if you can't see, how Just because I can't see, that doesn't mean I don't have my own preferences.
She's blushing. Oh, Hanako's super awkward. We better go now.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess we'll see you later then, Lily.
Oh my god.
Walking through the hallways back to our classrooms, I noticed that Hanako seems quieter than before, but also more comfortable.
Yeah, called handsome by the blind girl. It's over for us. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, no, yeah, no, that sounds bad, actually.
Lily, her hand on Hanako's shoulder, seems to pick up on her assured pace as well, smiling as they walk. If I could spend the rest of my time at Yamaku like this, I don't think it'd be so bad. All that's needed for joy are small exchanges of happiness, after all. As I reach my desk and set my bag beside it, I realize something. Or rather, my stomach does. I was so busy with those two, I forgot to buy lunch!
No!
I remember one time in school... I'll take this as an opportunity to catch up on Super Chats, but I remember one time in school, I was so, like, aggressive about my studies that I used to just skip lunch. And one time, one of the teachers had to be like... Had to like, sit down and, like, logic it out with me. He was like, alright, I know you feel like you're being productive, but by not eating, you're not being productive because you're depriving your brain of nutrients and you're not allowing yourself to, like, have a break to, like, refresh your mind, and thus, like, putting more, like, strain on your body and stuff. And I was like, It was, in hindsight, very sweet. But I remember feeling so stubborn and annoyed. Feeling like I was being, like, micromanaged in my free time.
K2 Crab, thank you, thank you. Face Man, thank you. Pip, I have horrible news. Today on March...
This... Wait, you changed your fucking profile picture to the... and your fucking name. Oh my god.
Pip, I have horrible news. Today on March the 15th, 2024, I stood my toe on a bookcase and it really, really hurt. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Face Man.
I'll pray for you. I'll fucking pray for you, bro. Sumeshiro, thank you. Is this how babies are made? Yes.
Sumeshiro, thank you. Aggressively tosses money. Take this and buy yourself some snacks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Pray for him. I will pray for him. Yeah, trauma dumping in the super chats. That was too far, man. That was too far. Man, god.
Go to Satoru, thank you. Happy birthday, cutest rabbit from Sheep.
Actually, that's not her Oshi mark. Her Oshi mark is the one with the horns. Listen, buddy. Listen, buddy. You got the wrong emoji. There was a whole bit about this. There's a whole bit about this. Where Watame explains why she uses the ram instead of the hornless sheep.
Ed Reed, thank you. Steal her prosthetics and sell them for meth.
Okay.
A damn white, thank you. Back shots, let's go. James Spinner, thank you. Glasses rabbit. Yabbit is smart and adorable. Thank you, thank you. Kimal, thank you. Nice new glasses and clothes. Thank you. Zachary, thank you. Do you get upset with chat when they fetishize your sniffles? Probably like an actual serious health issue and they just go, tee-hee, she's so cute. Let's buy Pippa sneezing merch.
I don't think sniffling is a serious health issue. It's just allergies.
Cube, thank you. No chair ending. We're safe, bros. Louis Gonzalez, thank you. Saw the Bible as a comic in Walmart. What the hell? Zachary Bennett, thank you. Pippa, have you ever seen the Living Color Jim Carrey Endangered Species sketch? Jim Career plays a talk show host and they bring in a zookeeper to translate for a rapper. What? What? Ed Reed, thank you. Do I need Fishman's permission to hold a Pippa watch along? I don't think so. Jermico, thank you. Good luck avoiding naked boob on stream. Pippers, thank you, thank you. Table Milk, thank you. Love to see this visual novel on my birthday. Love you, Pips. Happy birthday, Table Milk! Happy birthday! Copacetic, thank you. Hopefully no one was able to get into it. I used to get paid to get into locked and encrypted computers. It's very possible.
I think more likely than not, it just got wiped and sold.
Lil Steve, thank you. Little moments like that are exactly why I love Lily's route. Makes you appreciate the little things. Chitaco, thank you. Don't mind me, I just need an alibi. Oh, okay. Mistakes have been made, but no lessons learned. Thank you. Please show not safe for work. I don't know how to find it anywhere else. Julia Vargas, thank you. Hi, Pippa. My birthday is today, and I want Pippa Pops for my birthday. Happy birthday, Julian Vargas! Happy birthday! Summer, thank you. Driving God help on my 12-hour drive today. Have a good night, everyone. Oh, good night, good night. I'm glad it helped a little bit. Sorry it was on the shorter side. I'm sorry your drive was so fucking long. Jesus Christ. Alrighty. Saturday, my second most favorite day of the week. This is almost entirely due to the fact that it is the day with the second least amount of school, with class ending at the beginning of lunch. I opened my door confidently, myself being more than confident of being able to get enjoyment out of the fine weather and shorter class length. That was a hell of a sentence. Raid. Hello, Raiders! My name's Pumpkin Pip! We're playing Katawa Shoujo. If you would like to catch the earlier parts, you can click the playlist in the description. And 𝐒𝐚𝐭 𝑑𝐮𝐥𝐞𝐬, thank you. I confidently stride down the hallway and down the stairs to the lobby of the male dorms. I confidently look behind me to see whose footsteps are approaching. I lose my confidence in this day being enjoyable. Oh, fuck. Hey man, sup? That much, I guess. Just looking forward to the afternoon. You? He wraps an arm around my slumped shoulders far too comfortably. Something's up. Let's step outside, shall we? I was just about to, before you stopped me. Oh, progress on the mural. He doesn't take my reaction to his theatrics well. Ignoring him, I walk outside and start down the steps. It doesn't take too long for him to catch up with me again. I wonder if he wants money or to rant about another conspiracy. Maybe both. I've got a bone to pick with you. Uh-huh. It's about that blonde. You know who I'm talking about. Conspiracy it is. For a moment, I contemplate feigning ignorance, but realize this will go quicker if I just let him get it all out. Lily? The one from your class? You're on first name terms with her? He looks positively shocked at this development. Did he not expect me to be able to answer? He gathers himself and coughs into his fists. Dramatically, like everything he does. Well, never mind that. I'm here to warn you. You know, man to man. Warn me about what? Lily? Yeah, you don't know her, man. It's mostly true. I've only known her and 𝐒𝐚𝐭 for less than 2 weeks. And even then, we've just been exchanging banal chatter about school as we while away lunch. I'm pretty sure you don't either. That's not the point. You're the one spending an inordinate amount of times with her. Oh my god, I can't read today. It distresses me that someone like Kenji, who's probably as far out of the loop as one could possibly get, knows about such a trivial fact as who I choose to befriend. Then again, I'm a transfer student, and she's not only the representative of their class, but also a tall blonde. Maybe I should appreciate this ranting as a warning that the rumor mill exists in this school and that I'm firmly within it. It's just lunch, nothing special. Look, man, under the bridge. See this bridge? You're under it. A man who's gotta do what a man's gotta do to get intel. What? I just want to make sure you don't end up too far under the bridge. You're losing me, Kenji. That's okay. Lots of people get lost. That's why I'm here to help. Just be careful around her, okay? She looks all harmless on the outside, but I've heard shit. Bad shit. You know the student council, right? He seems to involuntarily shudder as he says the words. Putting him and 𝑐𝑯𝑨𝒀𝑚 together in a room is an amusing mental exercise. I wonder if they've met. Yeah, 𝑐𝑯𝑨𝒀𝑚 and Misha are in my class. I seem to have dodged the draft, though. Good man, good man. But this blonde, she was there, in the student council, right damn there. I see. And? And she's not there now. Seriously, think about it. Something must have gone down. I stop walking for a moment, giving the idea more thought than I probably should. It would explain that fight the two had, at least in part. Wait, no, not really. Even leaving the student council would need a catalyst. In the end, it doesn't explain much at all, other than the fact that their feud goes back some ways. I guess you have a point. I'm not seeing how that really affects me, though. Okay, now feel this one. Lily's foreign, obviously.
Obviously.
Now, what nationality is she?
Oh fuck, here we go. I opened my mouth to give the answer, but realized that I have none. In fact, I've given the matter very little thought. Given that she has no accent and acts perfectly Japanese, I suppose it never really seemed important. Now that he mentions it, though, I am rather curious. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe English? They like tea. I probably shouldn't resort to stereotypes, but that's the only lead I have.
You're not thinking. Luckily, you have me here to think for you.
Gee, thanks.
He brushes off the quip effortlessly. Now answer me this. Who has lots of social power?
Oh, fuck.
Is filthy stinking rich? You know blondes are all rich, right? Has a long history of disputes.
Kenji, shut the fuck up. Kenji, shut the fuck up. Kenji. Kenji, please shut the fuck up. Kenji. Kenji!
A long history of disputes and used to belong to a much larger organization.
Nice save, Hisao. The Roman Catholic Church!
Well, okay, there's that. But there's also the Mafia.
Suddenly Panko is in the participants list.
But there's also the Mafia. Come on, rich, foreign, there's no way she doesn't have connections to them.
I swear. I have no reason to doubt the logic of his deductions, but he shows no signs of stopping.
So, do you know where I think she's from?
Italy?
Mainland Italy, small time, dude. She has to be from Sicily. All those mafioso types come from there. Wait, no, Russia! Damn, this could be bad. The Mafia there is serious business, man. Ex-KGB everywhere, paramilitaries, hardcore smuggling, and...
Wait, stop. Just slow down a sec. What point are you trying to get at here?
You don't know what she'll do, man. I won't get in your way. Agents don't operate like that. But I want you to be careful. When the time comes, we'll need all the help we can get. I don't want to lose you, comrade.
Well, at least he's concerned for me. Kind of. I wave goodbye to him as we separate out to our respective classes. But I'm not sure what he... Fuck. But I'm not sure... Fuck. Take a sip!
Ah! Ah!
Let's try this again. I wave goodbye to him as we separate out to our respective classes, but I'm not sure that he sees the gesture. Piling my books into my bag, I catch a glimpse of the library books I'd borrowed last week. I might as well return them, considering they took all of 2 days to finish. I briefly consider inviting Hanako along to the library, but she's already gone. It'll probably be better for my studying if I'm alone anyway. With a quick stretch and a wave to a couple of classmates who give the same to me, I make my way out of the classroom. As I open my bag and shove the books through the return slots in the front counter, I notice a strange person behind the desk, old and graying. She must be Yuko's replacement when she's working at the cafe. I begin looking for a free table, a task made somewhat difficult considering that, despite there not being many students in here, they're all sitting at their own tables. Noticing a familiar head of hair, I walk over to one near the braille section. It's hard to tell whether Lily's concentrating hard or not, her placid expression holding perfectly still as her finger slides across the dot-filled pages of her book. Hi, mind if I sit here? Oh, no problem at all. She trails off, evidently still focused on her business at hand. Ah, Hisao. She gives a nod of greeting as I sit opposite her at the table, pluck a chemistry textbook out of my bag, and quickly thumb to the chapter we're covering in class. For a while, we sit there and read, each in our own way. Seeing her reminds me of what Kenji said this morning, though. That and the fact that I've never seen someone read in Braille before makes me keep throwing glances at her.
I kind of feel guilty about it, given that she has no way to realize I'm doing so. So I decide to just ask her about it. Her lineage isn't exactly a state secret after all, and there's another thing I've only just noticed from her movements. Hey Lily, mind if I ask a question? Not at all. Is anything wrong? I was just wondering, you're at least part foreign, right? You can't just ask that, Hisao! She gives a small giggle before setting down her book. I've always been amused at how squeamish people are about that. Akira's mentioned how much she and I look different from most others before. The details are a bit complicated, but I'm half Japanese, half Scottish. Scottish? That was not exactly my first guess. It takes some effort to not blurt it out loud. I try to conjure images of the place in my mind. I think as far as the UK goes, Scotland isn't bad to live in, but I'm not really sure. My first guess of England was surprisingly close, at least geographically. That does leave another question, though. But you have no accent? That's where the details begin. I was born and raised in Japan, despite my mother being foreign. Ah, I get it. Hold on, if she moved to the dorm simply due to Akira working longer hours... So, they don't live near the school? She gives a small sigh, as if she didn't expect me to go any deeper. Was her previous frankness just a front? Not exactly. It's been a long time since we've actually met. I feel like I'm not getting the whole story, but I don't really want to go unduly prying into her situation. Her about face shows she feels kind of awkward about it. Please make her speak in a Scottish accent in her next line. You think I know accents, bro? You think I can know accents? Oh, God. So, do you speak much English? To be honest, I don't know that much about Scotland, but at least I know that's the main language there. It takes her a moment to collect herself, appreciating the change in topic. That's right. My family mostly used the Japanese around the house when I was young, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. What do Scottish people sound like? Oh, like Shrek! Okay, like Shrek, like Shrek. Hold on. Hold on. That's right. My family mostly used Japanese around the house. Fuck. It's worse. It's the same. It's not Shrek. I don't know how to do Shrek. I don't know. Douglas MacArthur, thank you. Does that make Hanako Donkey Kong for you, Sounds Dragon? Donkey. God damn it. I can't do it, bros. I can't do it. Should from female Elvis to a drunk Midwesterner. Ha. So. Not doing that again. That's right. My family mostly used Japanese around the house when I was young, but they made sure Akira and I knew our Scottish side just as well. I'm fluent in the language, but I'm also studying it in school to keep my skills up and to have the qualifications on paper, mainly. So you're bilingual. That's pretty impressive. Did Shrek have a stroke? Shut up. I wouldn't go that far. Having parents who speak the language is a large advantage, and English books in Braille aren't too hard to buy or import, with Yuko's help at least. There's a relatively high demand for local English teachers here anyway, which also helps give me some motivation to learn it well. Demand for English teachers. For a moment, I wonder why she brought this up. You're planning to be an English teacher? She gives an enthusiastic nod. Ah! It must be nice, having such a definite future in mind. I've never really given much thought to mine, so I'm kind of envious.
Man, she wants to be an English teacher in Japan, but she's not even, like, in another country already? Like, trying to get in? That's crazy. That's a weird plot twist. I can't imagine somebody willingly being like, while already in Japan, yeah, I want to be an English teacher. Oh. What's wrong? It's just... I can see you as a teacher pretty easily. It suits you. For a moment, she's speechless. She lowers her face a little and lets out a nervous giggle, something I've never seen her do before. With Lily's role as a class representative and her dependable nature, teaching does seem to be a line of work fitting for her personality. Sorry, that was probably a little much. It's true, though. Waving her hand in front of her face dismissively, she quickly recovers. It's not that. It's just that only one person's ever said that to me before. A short, somewhat awkward silence follows the discussion. Without knowing it, I ended up steering into a troublesome topic again. I should try to cheer her up a little. It was me who went and got her brooding, after all. Wanna go grab lunch at the cafeteria after this? Might perk her up a bit, or at least take her mind off of her apparently complicated family situation. Going by her smile, it seems to have the intended effect. I appreciate the thought, but the food there... Quite a quick redirection of the conversation. She does have a point, though. The food there isn't the greatest. Maybe the Shanghai? We could ask Hanako if she wants to come as well. Ah. What is it? I almost forgot, until you reminded me. Hanako's birthday is coming up soon, and I was going to go shopping in the city for a present tomorrow. If that's an invitation, I'd be happy to accompany you. The ability to get more used to the layout of the city would probably be a good thing. I have barely set foot in there, so I'd be hopelessly lost by myself. She gives a nod, signaling that she happily approves of this plan for Sunday. We eventually get back to our books, though before I begin reading again, I steal one last glance at her. Maybe I've been thinking on my situation too much. After all, everybody here would have their own unique circumstances. The chance to get outside and clear my head will probably do me some good. Happy almost birthday to Hanako. Oh, these are going by a lot more quickly now. Tongleo, thank you. Happy... Oh, hello, Pippa. It's my dad's birthday soon. Oh, today. Could you wish him a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Tongleo's dad. Happy birthday, Shuckle, Mr. Leo. Happy birthday, Mr. Leo. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good day. I hope your son treats you to many spoils. Theon Kerr, thank you. Happy birthday, Pippa. Kenji round win. Douglas MacArthur, thank you. Does this make Hanako Donkey... Where are that one? Do what to Leo's dad? What? Did I read this? Douglas MacArthur, thank you. Hello, Rizkin Rizza making blind girls brood. Gordo Gamer, thank you. Haggish Sushi. Anywho, even if it sounded like you were choking, it was still funny. Zachary, thank you. Like Chao Cheng's accent from Harry Potter. Douglas MacArthur, thank you. This fan art is gonna be fire. Aaron G, thank you. It was perfecta. Scots are incomprehensible. Seymour, thank you. Did Shrek have a stroke? Black Sheep Boy, thank you. Chad asked for Shrek. Thanks, IRL Donkey Sounds. Malios D, Lily's Love, Lily's Life. State, thank you. Scotland forever! Kitsune, thank you. How do I media share? I want to make absolutely sure not to Brooke appears on stream! Would you prefer the sexy kind or the lively kind? Neither! Possibly saying thank you. Oh my god, Lily Spoon's daughter! Samuel, thank you. And before Lily is just Balalika's hidden daughter. Zagger, thank you. Is this actually a racist subplot? Is that what Kenji is doing right now? Zagger, thank you. Plot twist, all of his conspiracy theories turn out to be true. Zagger, thank you. Oh, I bet Lily is secretly a narcissist. Singlandi, thank you. Hi, Pips. I fell into a black hole. Now I'm spaghetti. Reckless, thank you. Mickey's best girl, hand down.
Alright, I think I'm caught up now. Oh, Apache, thank you. All these birthdays on March 15th. Welcome back, Caesar. Sorry about the whole Senate thing. Alrighty. Whoa! Different background! Bored of standing in place and watching the television in a shop window, I pull myself away from the tacky display with little effort. After living at Yamaku, the city seems like an entirely different world. No running in the halls. Calm and orderly conduct is to be used at all times in the classroom. Students are to exit rooms after checking both directions for oncomers. Elevators are reserved for movement-impaired students. Single file on stairs. Compared to such strict, almost regimental standards, the city's shopping arcade might as well be a strange country. Hold on. There we go. While the school may have had its fair share of hustle and bustle during the festival, the outside world is much different. It's strange. Having lived in a metropolitan city before my accident, this should feel more natural than Yamaku and the surrounding town ever could. Oh god, the shitty one! Ah! Leave me alone! She really hates that city! Yet it feels foreign somehow. The elevated walkways and tall buildings, each adorned with billboards taller than any 3 people, don't do anything to distract me from the passing crowd's reactions. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute and dressed up, chat. Lily keeps one hand on my shoulder, the other holding her cane, which taps the ground with a metronome-like steadiness. Looking over to her, that neutral smile of hers still holds. Having only seen her in a school uniform, I'd not have recognized her as she sat on the bench waiting for me to come, if not for her cane propped up against it and her distinctive hair. I can't tell whether they're glancing at her due to her height, her foreign looks, or her obvious blindness, or all 3. Not that any of those would make the situation any less uncomfortable than it is. Do you have any ideas of where to look first, Hisao? Her soft voice breaks me out of my line of thought. I can't imagine that she's failing to notice the attention she garners, but she seems unfazed by it. I get the feeling she's the type to enjoy walking outside, so she might be used to it by now. Not really. This is my first time in this city, so I've got no idea where to go. She furrows her brow in thought, planning a route for us to take, and come to think of it, a way to communicate it. Something I'd noticed the time I've been with her is how, when deep in thought, she lacks close to any form of body language to show it. Her expressions may change, but not a hint of movement shows. She seems to have little in the way of sweeping physical gestures in general though, so I've assumed it's part of her reserved nature. I guess that makes sense. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about it, or maybe I'm off base, but maybe because she's blind, she's more uncertain about making unnecessary physical gestures due to not knowing how they could potentially interact with the environment around her. Maybe? Would that make sense perhaps? Like I know like with myself, like sometimes like if I shift or something, or like I'm very situationally unaware. So I'm always like bumping into walls and accidentally like knocking shit over. So I could imagine for her that would be much more common of an issue. Clumsy. I don't know if it's fair to say clumsy. It's more like I'm just inattentive. Is there a large electronics store near here? I take a quick look around, mostly finding clothing stores. After a few seconds, I notice a store with a bright blue sign some distance away that fits her description. Uncoordinated. Yep, it's just a bit ahead of us. Should we go in that direction? Thankfully, it's just the information she needed. With a nod, we start off and head towards Lily's unknown destination, landmarks being our guide. What the? Ice cream? Here you go! One vanilla, one chocolate! I hand the money over the counter and take the cones to the railing that Lily's sitting on. I can't believe I let her trick me like this. She not only led me to an ice cream stall, but also got me to buy her some. At least she gave me the money for hers. Sure enough, she's patiently waiting where I'd left her. I guess she was planning on making the day an event rather than a simple shopping trip. I call out to her and slowly place a vanilla cone in her outstretched hands, being careful to make sure she has a good hold of it before letting go. At least her tastes are fairly normal. I was worried she'd ask for some weird flavor when she first asked. Here's the change. It's okay. Keep it. I moved to protest, but realized the futility of doing so over such a small amount. I slipped the coin into my pocket, supplementing my meager allowance ever so slightly. Lily shows no signs of wanting to get up, so I take a seat beside her and start eating my own ice cream. The summer weather's nice. Hopefully, it'll hold out for a while. Is this a date? I think it might be. You too. I'm beginning to think I'm the only person who prefers winter. I contemplate her statement for a long moment. Yeah, I think you might be. Oh, it draws the intended reaction. She's cute when she's pouting. Still, I can't really imagine what's so good about winter. You can't go out without bundling up, and you still freeze anyway. I used to live further north, where there'd be plenty of snow to play in, so it's a little nostalgic. I don't like the heat very much either. At least you can wear a skirt, so don't complain about that. She gives an amused giggle as we both get back to finishing off our already melting cones. I hate sand energy. I idly sit and watch the crowds going by as we eat, catching bits and pieces of conversation. Looking to Lily, I see her dutifully licking her ice cream from the top downwards, blissfully unaware of the fact that it's beginning to melt. It's melting. Where? Down a bit? She lowers her mouth from the top of the cone, but has no idea of exactly where the ice cream's dripping. What follows is a game of guiding her left and right until she finally finds it. To any onlooker, it must seem absolutely bizarre. A girl with her eyes closed, turning her cone over and over as the guy next to her gives her instructions. A strange variant of childhood blindfold games, maybe. Get your minds out of the gutter, chat! In good time, we finally finish our treats, and while away the time conversing casually. Caught mid-sentence, Lily perks her head in her trademark manner. It's an unmistakable sign that something's caught her attention. Shoulders. Back shoulders. What is it? Is Akira somewhere over there? I think I heard her. I raise an eyebrow as I look in the direction she's facing, somewhat doubtful of her ability to pick out Akira's lone voice in the din. Ah! Ah! Sure enough, though, a blonde girl in a suit can be seen through the tiny gaps between people walking every which way. I raise a hand and wave, trying to catch her attention. Sato! Hey! Sato! She stops in her tracks and looks towards me, evidently noticing my calls. As she does, I notice someone walking beside her. I can't get a good look at whoever it is, though, before the two begin walking towards where we are. Ah! Nice use of the movement. As they reach us, Lily and I stand and dust ourselves off. Akira? Hey, you two! What? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? What? Another character? Her outfit's cute. She nods towards me, a gesture which I quickly return. My gaze shifts towards the young girl next to her, and our eyes meet. As they do, Akira plops a hand onto her head, a move which doesn't seem to faze her. How do we pronounce his name? Is it Hideki? Fuck, I don't know what voice to do. Hideaki. I think Hideaki makes more sense. code voice. Just another 8, thank you. Great game. 11 out of 10, not gonna lie. Hell yeah. Hideki. Okay. I don't believe we've met. I'm Hideki. Pleased to meet you, Isao. The guy's name, huh? Guess I just dodged a bullet there. He bows, somewhat restrained by Akira's hand being on his head. Oh, Hideki's here too. Are you well? Akira's been taking good care of me. Thank you. Akira grins as if to affirm the point and rubs his head hard, dragging it around in a circular motion. His dreary face during this is somewhat amusing. Uncle's out on business again, so I'm just taking him around town for today. I'd have preferred to be spending the day on a date with my boyfriend, but... Hideki gives a cough to try and redirect Akira's thoughts. As he does so, though, I find mine wandering. They're related? And further, as first cousins? I suppose that explains why she's taking care of him in any case. Come to think of it, Hideki, how did you know my name? Akira told me. Being a Yamaku student, I suppose you're disabled in some way? Not everyone in Yamaku is disabled. Which I only learned a handful of days ago. I give silent thanks to Shizune and Misha for their stream of information about how the school works. Blunt, yeah, this guy is blunt as hell. Because of them, I found out that since the school will accept practically anybody suffering from non-mental disabilities, it doesn't discriminate against healthy people either. It seems unlikely that many in good health would enroll there, though. While the standard of education is pretty high, it's extremely isolated and very much focused on helping disabled students. You're dodging the question. Damn, he's sharp. Before I can say another word, though, he decides to take a stab at it himself. If I were to call it myself, your heart? This is so awkward! What is this Oompa Loompa ass motherfucker bothering me for? I don't like him. But best day, thank you. Akira has a boyfriend. It's so over, bros. Ooh. James, thank you. Given your face connect, I assume you're disabled in some way. Oh my fucking god. Akira looks mildly curious. Akira looks mildly curiously at me. Her interest piqued as well. That sure was a lucky guess. How did you... You show no missing limbs or deformities, so external disabilities are out. Considering the lack of any strange mannerisms, it's also unlikely you'd have a mental disability. But Yamaku doesn't take mentally disabled students. I know. Leaving that aside, the only possibility left is that of internal disabilities. I didn't know which one you might bear, so I guessed. Correctly as it turns out, and your reaction confirmed my guesses. More than a little bemused, I look at Akira. She grins and shrugs, obviously taking some enjoyment out of her partner's deductions. He's sharp, yes, but more than a little unsympathetic. Logical, but lacking in tact. His attitude reminds me of Shizune, in a way, as do his looks. His little 𝐏𝐻𝐻𝐿 move. That'd be kind of moe if he wasn't so annoying. May I ask why you're staring at me? Surely I'm not that unusual a specimen. Does he not know how unusual he looks? I could overlook the spats and clothing as just being coincidental, but the ribbon in his hair really is too much. This is entirely besides the point, though. I'm sorry, you just remind me of someone. Akira gives him a sharp jab with her elbow. I told you you're not that much different from her. He coughs into his hand to try and maintain an upright and serious demeanor. I see you've met my sister then. Perhaps my full name might help you. I'm Hideki Hakamichi. You're probably thinking of my sister, Shizune Hakamichi. Oh, so he's Shizune's brother. Wait a minute. If Hideki is the son of Akira's uncle and Shizune is his sister, then that means Lily and Shizune's fathers are brothers-in-law. Therefore... Lily and Shizune are first cousins? Lily groans in an uncharacteristically restrained manner. The reaction earns an amused smirk from her sister. The enmity between the two just took on another meaning. I had thought it simply a matter of difficulty of communication between the two, but a family feud makes things much more complicated. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family.
She gives a half-hearted shrug. She mustn't give as much weight to the two's conflict as I do.
Well, that's how it is. Oh. What are you two up to anyway on this fine day?
We're shopping for Hanako's birthday present. The day will be coming up soon. So, this is the last chance we'll have before school starts again for the week. Akira makes a strange face, as if Lily had just said that the sky wasn't blue and the clouds not white.
Isn't our birthday on the 10th next month?
Yes, why? Is something wrong? Akira's face seems to collapse. It's an utterly unbefitting expression for someone so rowdy and headstrong.
The folks didn't call you yet?
As Lily shakes her head cluelessly, I look at Hideaki to see if he knows anything about this. A simple shrug is his only answer. For a moment, Akira ponders what to do before smiling once again. The fact that she can hide her emotions so quickly and effectively is unsettling.
Hey, Shorty. But could you hang out with Hisao for a while?
He nods and waves her off, Akira placing an arm on Lily's shoulder as she guides her away and out of earshot. And so I'm alone with Shorty. So... nice weather, isn't it?
It seems so.
I guess they dumped us.
Indeed.
What a farcical attempt at small talk. I've got no idea of how to talk to this guy, and his robotic responses aren't helping. Blood and a stone come to mind. Without another word, he begins to rock on his feet in an obvious gesture of boredom with this discussion. He really is like a little kid, despite his serious demeanor. Suspecting the conversation over, I decide to accomplish what I came here to do in the first place. I'm going to go search for a present. Coming?
Not much else to do.
This is so fucking awkward. In a little while, we come to a small shop beside a convenience store. For once, the store windows aren't filled with electronics and computer games, but dolls, stuffed bears, and all manners of woodcrafted oddities. Othello's Antiques. An antique store. Well, if there's anything in this town that suit Hanako, I guess it'd be here. I reach for the old-looking door handle, but pull back at the last minute as I realize my companion's gone adrift. Not coming in?
I'll just be in the newsstand for a while. Don't mind me.
His voice makes it painfully clear he has zero interest in what's in the store and that he doesn't feel obligated to follow me. As he wanders off without another word, I push the thick wooden door and enter the store, a bell above me ringing out. The musty smell of old books and wooden shelves is distinctly anachronistic. I look to the counter beside the door. The graying man behind it sits there silently reading a tattered book. He certainly fits the look of the place.
More hunting arc.
Slowly wandering through the aisles, the person I'm reminded of as I inspect each handcrafted or imported oddity in turn isn't Hanako. Crouching down, I examine the ancient oak desk inside the shop window. At least 30 dolls, all varying wildly in size and make. The only similarity between them is the long Victorian dresses they wear. I turn the price tag of one that looks to be about waist height. It's not in my price bracket at all. I do the same to each of them, getting more and more depressed as they get smaller and smaller in size. That is, until I reach the very smallest one. It's affordable, yet of quality make and with long auburn hair and a little blue dress. I decide that it's the kind of present Hanako would appreciate. Pretty looking and far from gaudy. After I carefully pick it up, I decide to keep looking around the store. I'm not sure whether it's because I like the atmosphere or out of simple curiosity. Peeking around the corner before I go to the next aisle, I see that the shelves in this one are stocked with wooden toys, from toy cars to intricate automatons. Tucked behind a line of nutcrackers, I notice a little plain wooden box. It feels surprisingly light as I pick it up with my free hand. Oh, you got a raid?
Yara, thank you for the raid! Hello, raiders! My name's Pipkin Pippa!
ESL! What do you mean ESL? What did I mess up? What did I mess up?
What did I mess up? Hello Raiders, my name's 𝐶𝑯𝑐𝑚𝐭 𝑑𝐮𝐥𝐞𝐬. Right now we're playing Katawa Shoujo and we're on Lily's route. If you'd like to start from the beginning entirely, there's a playlist in the description. Or you can hang out for the ride. Right now we're on a date with her, but we separated for a second because she's talking with her sister. You read a sentence weird. The lid only needs the smallest movement to pop open, the little metal drum inside beginning to rotate immediately. For seconds on end, I simply stand there, listening to the palm-sized melody. As it plays, I take the tiny price tag in my fingers and bring it up to my face. The minuscule cursive writing takes some effort to read. It's affordable. Sort of. No! Grimacing slightly, I close the lid and make my way to the counter with the doll and music box in hand. Oh, more character art. Huh. This one looks like a different style. When I lay the two on the counter, the man behind it sits up and takes stock of them. He doesn't hide very well his surprise at someone of my age buying them. It's painful, but I hand over the money for the two and leave the store with a small, opaque bag in hand. 𝐏𝐡𝐚𝐭, being there, takes me by surprise. Oh, hi. I thought you'd be at the newsstand. Akira gave me a call. She's waiting for us at the fountain with Lily. At least that solves the issue of trying to find them again. We head off back to the fountain. 𝐏𝐡𝐚𝐭's immaculate posture and presentation despite his appearance makes for a strange contrast even as we walk. Lily and Akira stand there waiting for us, their faces hard to read. Yeah, I don't know how this conversation would have went. Is Lily leaving us? Is she going to go back to her home country before Hanako's birthday? Hey, you ready to go, shorty? 𝐏𝐡𝐚𝐭's mood seems to improve as he rejoins her. See ya, Lily. He's out. Tell Hanako I said happy birthday. We will. Bye. Goodbye, Akira. And with that, the two disappear into the fracas of the afternoon city crowd. Turning to Lily, I notice she's carrying a small bag. It's now that I realize why her disposition felt different from before. While Lily's typically the type to wear her emotions on her sleeve, her expression and tone are clouded and difficult to read. It's more than a little off-putting, but given the effort she's making to hide her emotions, I doubt she wants to be cornered on why she's feeling this way. Already bought Hanako a present? Yes. Have you? Yeah. Shall we head back to the bus stop then? Okay. There should be a bus back to Yamaku pretty soon. And with that, we begin to walk. It feels strange compared to before. Lily's hand on my forearm feels unusually tense, and the whole atmosphere is extraordinarily awkward. The silence continues for a long while. I really don't like seeing her like this. Hanako's birthday party is going to Hanako's birthday party is going to have to be held earlier. Is the 4th going to be alright for you? I have no other possible obligations anyway, so I reflexively nod. Only afterwards do I remember that doing so is pointless and quickly answer so by speech. She tries to collect herself, a task that looks almost pitiable in how plain it is to see how distant her thoughts are. Sorry, Hisao. You said the bus would be coming soon, right? That's right. But now that she says that, I have an idea. Actually, do you have anything to do later today? I don't believe so. Why do you ask? This is the point where I'd normally take your hand and rush you somewhere, but even without that, you'll have to trust me, okay? I take her hand and gently lead her on, her distant face replaced by one of mild surprise and curiosity. I think it's Hanako who's going away, not Lily. But then why would Akira tell Lily? And why would it be her parents that are passing on the information? As the waitress sets the cup of tea and cup of coffee that I'd order onto the table, I thank her before she takes her leave. Truth be told, I really lucked out in finding this cafe. I didn't really know where I was going. Rather, I was just looking for any cafe that looked relatively nice. Having managed to recover a little, Lily tentatively sips at her cup as I take a long gulp of the coffee in front of me. As I hoped, her face lights up as she realizes what flavor it is. Ah, this is wonderful. 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐭, how did you know that this was... I'd asked for French vanilla black tea, hedging my bets that it would be her favorite flavor, or at least one she liked. While I don't really know much about tea, it sounded like one she might appreciate. On the basis of her liking vanilla ice cream. A tea connoisseur, I am definitely not. It was a lucky guess. You really like tea, don't you? She puts her teacup down and gives a tiny nod. That familiar small smile thankfully perched on her face once again. Drinking tea is... calming, I think. With the amount you drink, are you sure you're not addicted to it? Caffeine addiction's pretty common nowadays. Did I ever say I wasn't? She lets out a giggle as my head drops. We all have our vices, I suppose, and there are worse things to be addicted to. French vanilla black tea, huh? I'll have to remember that. For a while, we both silently drink. It's comforting to have someone like her nearby in such new surroundings, even if it's just the two of us sitting in silence. I begin to wonder if this feeling is the same for her, until she sets down her cup. 𝐒𝐡𝐴, do you mind if I ask you a slightly odd question? That depends on the question, I guess. I was wondering what your favorite color is. Everyone has one, after all. I almost reply before realizing why the seemingly mundane question is actually quite strange. My favorite color, but... She gives a pouting look, wanting me to answer anyway. While the answer seems unavoidably wasted on her, there isn't any harm in giving it.
I mean, like most blind people, right? It's not that like their vision's completely dark, right? It's more that everything's just like a blur. Usually, right? Am I wrong there? Am I completely off? Yes. I think for some, it depends. I know it depends, but I'm just saying, like, in general, the most common form of blindness is one where your vision is just, like, entirely blurry, rather than, like, a complete and total darkness. You know what I mean? Usually people who develop blindness later get blurry. Usually it's an extreme stigmatism. You just made that up. No, it's a real thing! Look it up! A lot can see shades of color. I think they call that legal blindness. Can attest as a blind person. Oh. But at least no colors exist. If you mean legally blind. Well, like blind. It's still blurry most of the time, right? Rather than like everything just being like solid black, you know, like rather than there being like a devoid of a complete devoid of color. Am I crazy? Being completely blind is really rare, so most blindness is either really blurry or some sort of tunnel vision. I had one teacher that was kind of blind. He had like a really unique type of blindness where it's like, how do I explain it? It's like his vision was like, let me demonstrate it. Oh fuck, I can't. I don't have a numpad on this, so I can't do hold on. Bullet point. I need to like copy and paste because I can't do ASCIIs on this keyboard. So his blindness was like, it was like this, where, so like, say this is like his entire range of vision, right? Is the game. He had this kind of blindness. And so he didn't need like a cane or anything. but it was like his computer had like really big, like a massive font and stuff, and like in order to look at you, he had to actually look like slightly off to the side. He couldn't see you if he stared at you head on. You know? Optic nerve was detaching. A cataract? Macular degeneration. I'm not sure. Literal blind spot. Yeah, he had a literal blind spot. Macro degeneration? Cataracts? That must be annoying. That's macular degeneration. Oh. Only having peripheral vision would drive me insane. I don't know how, but he was also like a basketball coach. That's like... That seems fucking hard. That seems fucking hard. I remember at the end of class sometimes, he had this little basketball hoop that was like glued. It was like a tiny one, right? And it was glued to one of his cupboards. And he'd line everybody up and he'd have them throw a little basketball into the little hoop, and it'd be like, if you got it in, you'd be able to leave early. I'd keep his head on a swivel. If I was disabled, I would probably kill myself living with such inconvenience. Jesus Christ, bro. I struggle to imagine how I'd possibly live with any of these limitations. I mean, he was a teacher and a basketball coach, and... Was he a good basketball coach? I don't know. I was not... Like, I enjoyed basketball, but I did it, like, at recess. I wasn't, like... signing up for no fucking teams or anything. And I think he was a high school basketball coach, so I wouldn't have been able to join in anyways. Because I was in a younger grade at that point. I was hoping he'd leave the spot there. He improvised, adapted, and overcame. Cap Spike, thank you for 10 GPPs. But yeah, so like for a demonstration, like to look at stuff, he'd have to be like... Like, this is like your... If you focus on the dot, right? Like, in order to read stuff and look at stuff, it had to be like this. If you're focusing on the dot. Very big pain in the ass. Isn't vision normally interpreted twice in the brain, and blindness can be the result of one of those functions not working? Maybe. Maybe. Still better than nothing? Yeah, still better than nothing. Interesting tangent. Side-eye to see, yeah. That's such a pain, it is. My high school football coach had no arms or legs, apparently did a great job. Holy shit. People manage to accomplish some pretty incredible things. I don't think you can read things with peripheral vision unless the font is huge. Yeah, his computer, like, he used a computer and everything, and it was, like, if you looked at his PC, it was like... Hold on. It was like mega zoomed in. It was like this. His computer font stuff was fucking massive. Alrighty. I've always had a thing for green. I'd say that's my favorite. Green, is it? What do you think of when you're contemplating that color? I suppose... grass fields and trees in summer. The army as well, with camouflage. Men always seem to like the military. But that sounds like a nice color. A very nice color. She nods her head a little, as if approving of the choice. Considering how foreign the concept of color is to her mind, labeling it by association seems reasonable enough. If everyone has a favorite color, then what's yours? Oh, a risky move, Hisao. A risky move. White. I'm told that's the color of snow and of ice cream. You're no better than me then. If you only like that color because of a favorite food, I guess white is nice too. And speaking of colors, it'll be getting dark soon. Let me help you up. Lily offers her hand, which I take in mind to help lever her up from her seat at the table. Its softness compared to mine takes me off guard, as I'm really not used to such casual contact. White rice! Oh, they were talking about favorite foods! I was like white rice. Yum yum. Also, we're hand holding! It doesn't seem to bother her at all, though. While it seems obvious why, it feels just one more lady. It feels like just one more ladylike aspect to her. Hand holding in public. What? As her hand moves to her pocket, I quickly cut her off. Don't worry, I'll pay for this. Oh, thank you, 𝐒𝐴𝐽. She gives an earnest smile at the gesture, a reward much greater than that of her words. By the time we step off the bus, it's well and truly dark. We make our way up the hill in silence, both of us behaving a little awkwardly, probably because of the day's events. While I'm still concerned over Lily's withdrawn nature after meeting with her sister, the fact I managed to cheer her up even slightly feels like a personal victory. But it feels like the air between us has changed. Maybe it's only a bit, but it's something I don't think either of us realized before. I thought this was like part of her hair stuff. That was a date, wasn't it? It was. That doesn't elude either of us, the question's answer being so self-evident as to be rhetorical. Awkward as it may be, I don't think this feeling is bad. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't know what it is. I certainly can't be sure. But it feels like something a little more than friendship. Understanding? Empathy? Searching for words to adequately describe it is difficult, nonetheless. Would you like to do this again sometime, Lily? Without shopping for presents. The tentative question is met with the same look from Lily as before. Her pale skin makes the rosy tint of her cheeks just slightly more noticeable in her face. Though, still pointed to the street ahead of her, lowers. Just a little. Okay. Oh! We're so fucking in. We're so fucking in. Let me check. I agreed to... Okay. I have about 15 more minutes, and then I have another meeting. I'm sorry! True end! True end? It's okay. Hopefully it's okay. I walked down the hall of the girls' dormitories, my school bag in hand. A doll lies inside, carefully placed on top of a small box. I've been carrying the box in there for a while now, still not sure of what to do with it. This whole situation, come to think of it, is bizarre. While I've known of Hanako's upcoming birthday party for a while now, I had no idea of exactly what the celebrations would be until I found a single note left in the abandoned tea room earlier today. I hold it up and read it again, double-checking the instructions. The plain black handwriting's fairly legible despite Lily's blindness, clearly thanks to considerable effort and care. Wait, she can write? 𝐒𝐴𝐽, we'll be holding a party at my place. Please come at 6 o'clock to room 225 in the girls' dormitory. Sorry for notifying you this way, but I have class representative duties. Lily Sato. Not reassured, I continue walking down the hallway until I reach Lily's dormitory room. I hesitate for a second, but eventually give 3 sharp taps on the door. A brief and muffled exchange of words can be heard from the other side. Listening closer, I can just pick out Hanako and Lily's voices. As they finish, Lily calls out. Might that be 𝐒𝐴𝐽? Yep, I got the note you left for me. You can come in. The door is unlocked. Glad that I managed to get the right room, I press down on the handle and let myself in. As the door swings open, my greeting to them is stolen from my mouth. Whoa! Legs! Thigh! Cute, 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 cute. Cute, 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 cute. Lily sits at a low table in the center of the room in her pajamas, while on the other side sits Hanako in a nightgown.
Being dressed in only normal school clothes, I feel quite out of place. I steal a quick glance at the lovely sight of the two, my eyes tearing themselves from Lily's long, thin and pale legs only with a measure of reluctance. Hi! I think I brought everything that was needed? She smiles and nods. I wonder if she's even aware of the pleasant sight she makes. The thin, dark blue silk of her pajamas really suits her, accentuating both her eyes and her curves. The look of her last night, that tentative and almost shy demeanor, seems all but replaced by her coy nature. It's nice to see her confidence return, though I can't help casting my mind back to how she looked back then. I looked at Hanako, who nervously sits opposite in her in her gown. It isn't a surprise that she'd wear something so conservative, though it definitely looks cute. Hi, Hanako! A happy birthday!
Thank you.
She's unusually skittish, despite the fact that she's warmed up to me considerably over the weeks we've come to know each other. This is a pretty unusual situation, I guess. Feel free to take a seat, Hisao. I'll just pour you two some tea. Sure thing! Lily takes the steaming red teapot from the side of the table and gently pours its contents into our teacups as I take a seat beside them, setting my bag against the nearby wall. With my senses returned and hormones somewhat calmer, I realize that this is the first time I've ever been in Lily's room. The first thing I notice is the ambient smell, just slightly different from that in mine. Probably faint perfume or nail polish. It could be anything of a girl's, really. Another is the plain nature of the room, visually. Beige walls, a smart yet unadorned cabinet, a lack of posters or wall hangings. It's distinctly utilitarian, something I should have anticipated given her blindness. The only thing that really seems out of the ordinary is several piles of books sitting on the floor, each reaching from roughly knee-height to waist-height. Some of them have printed titles, others are entirely blank except for dots of braille. The fact that the ones with printed titles are uniformly in English is interesting, though not completely unexpected. She did mention her parents impressing the language upon her and Akira, after all. Your room is nice, Lily. I hear a call of thanks from beside my shoulder. Looking back to Hanako, her gaze is fixed on her lap, and her hands are nervously clutching her gown. It's now that I notice why. With these clothes on, the extent of her scarring is far more visible, reaching down her neck and out to cover her right shoulder. Considering this is a party for her, she doesn't really look like she's enjoying the experience now that I'm here. So, how old are you turning? 18? Her look of surprise, not at all helped by her total lack of skill at hiding her feelings, shows that she was trying to mentally tune me out. This is really quite awkward.
Yes.
On the plus side, there's only 2 more years till you can drink! So, who's older, you or Lily?
Lily, she had her birthday in February. What about yours?
Earlier this year, so it's already passed. Unstated is that it passed while I was stuck in the hospital. That was a particularly low point of the experience. Conversation with her dries up as quickly as expected. It isn't long before Lily's finished preparing our drinks, setting down the 3 teacups in front of us. I picked mine up, immediately noticing a much stronger aroma and taste than the tea we've been having. Huh. It tastes different than the tea we have in school. It's a different variety, rather than the kind we've been having there. You've never tasted an orange hyper before? Not that I can remember. I usually drink coffee after all, like when we were in town. This is nice though. As we settle down and sip, Hanako seems to become more relaxed, or at least a little bit less tense about my present. We all finish our cups at around the same time, with Hanako failing rather badly at hiding her anticipation for the cake that's sitting to the side, begging to be eaten. Jaipur? Jaipur? I don't know how you pronounce it. Come to think of it, I'm feeling very eager myself. First things first, though. Juniper? Huh? Lily? Yes, now is good. Each of us knowing exactly what the other means, I lean sideways and dig around in my bag for the doll I bought Hanako as Lily gets up and retrieves her gifts. Hiding our gifts in our hands, we present them both on the table at the same time. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! 𝐭𝐻𝐭 silently sits looking at them for a few seconds on end, out of sheer surprise. My little wooden doll, replete with Victorian-era dress and little hat, lies next to a light brown and fluffy stuffed bear from Lily. She clutches at her gown as she moves to speak, not taking her eyes off the modest presence.
Thank you, Lily and 𝐴𝐴.
Cute! So wholesome! Oh. Her voice begins to crack as Lily reaches forward, wrapping her in a soft embrace. The sight of 𝐭𝐻𝐭 holding Lily so tightly is heartwarming. So much so that I couldn't wipe the smile off my face even if I wanted to. As Lily gently rests her face on 𝐭𝐻𝐭's head, she speaks so quietly and softly I can barely hear. Happy birthday, 𝐭𝐻𝐭. Happy birthday. 𝐭𝐻𝐭 gives a small nod, holding on to Lily for a time before breaking off and wiping an eye. I guess that for 𝐭𝐻𝐭, simply having someone, anyone to be there and love her would be special. The fact that Lily and I can now share the role for her is something I think I'll always be grateful for. Cute! Oh. 𝐭𝐻𝐭 gently takes the doll and teddy bear, holding them both to her chest as she warmly smiles. For a long time, all three of us simply sit in happy silence. The quiet is not broken until Lily's soft voice beckons. Shall we have at the cake then? Her proposal is met with two looks of unhidden anticipation. No argument from me.
Okay.
Alright. I have to end off here. Is it all a Toho reference? It might be. It might be. We did not witness any not safe for work. I do not really have time to catch up on super chats. But we shall return to this wholesome moment next week. Little bro, thank you. I don't know if 𝐴𝐴's heart can handle such cuteness. Thank you guys. Cancel the meeting. I can't. It's already been moved twice. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. My name's 𝐶𝑯𝑧𝒀𝑃. I hope you guys. Oh, but I'm talking there. Thank you so much for the 50 gift pippies. Thank you. I am going to go run and grab some food and quickly hop into a meeting. I have 4 minutes. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. My name's 𝐶𝑯𝑧𝒀𝑃. I will see you tomorrow. Tilde, 𝐶𝑯𝑧𝒀𝑃's away, Tilde. Tilde, 𝐶𝑯𝑧𝒀𝑃's away, Tilde. Tilde, 𝐶𝑯𝑧𝒀𝑃's away, Tilde.